Don't be so focused on your short-term goals that you become discouraged. I am learning to thrive in the gig economy. Would you like to learn too? Last week when we talked, I pointed out that for the first time in a long time, I was going to miss my weekly financial target. I was a little discouraged by that because I like to set goals and I like to achieve them. But then, I went back and I looked at my calendar. And I realized that part of the reason why I was falling short of my weekly target is that I had spent a good part of the week on 3 long-term projects that weren't going to pay off that week. I thought to myself, here I was getting down on myself for not achieving a weekly goal, when in fact, if you looked at it in the long term, I was going to be fine. It's just the money's going to be coming in later. I'll give you an example. One of the things I did was I was hired as a consultant for a magazine news section, and I was monitoring their work. And now I'm going to hold a remote seminar with them, probably next week, in which I discuss how they could have written stories better, give them some feedback. But I'm not going to get paid until after I do that seminar. So even though last week I put time in on that project, I wasn't getting paid for it, and that's why my weekly number was low. So you have to be very careful when you're doing your financial targets. And one of the ways that will help you keep track, I think, of your financial targets is if you have some sort of time management system. I use the old-fashioned desk calendar, and as you can see, what I do is during the week I write down all the work I'm doing, and then on Sundays I write down how much money I made that week. You can do it any way you want. You can put it on your computer, you can put it on your phone, whatever you do. You got to keep track, though, because if you're not tracking it, you can't measure it, you can't manage yourself if you're not measuring what you do. If you think that's right, please hit the like and share buttons for me, because it's important that other people understand this. As freelancers, we do have to keep track and measure what we're doing at all times, because it's the only way we're going to know if we're succeeding. I made a mistake in emphasizing the weekly target rather than the overall target. That's true. And I got discouraged. So you got to be careful how you put together your targets. But you got to have some targets, and you've got to have some way of measuring whether you're meeting those targets. It's funny, I talked to a woman months ago about how she was just starting out, and so some of her targets might not be financial. They might be how many people she meets, how many projects she pitches, things like that. So you've got to be careful on how you pick your targets, what they are, and what time period you're looking at when you're looking at whether or not you're succeeding. I made the mistake of looking at it too narrowly last week, and I got upset. I got discouraged. But now I realize, you know what? I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. And that's the important thing. As long as I keep track of what I'm doing and I'm still meeting my project terms and my goals, we're succeeding. We're surviving in the gig economy. If you've got an idea on how to improve what I'm doing, I'd really love to hear it, because I'm always looking to get better. I'm always looking to improve how I measure my performances. You can leave your suggestions down below, and I hope you're meeting your targets. I hope you review your targets, make sure that they're relevant to what you're doing, and I hope you stay safe and healthy during the pandemic. Talk to you next week.